All right, I just got the thumbs up from our digital web producers, Yolani and Haley. Looks like I'm live, so I'm going to be giving you a winter weather update for the storm that's on the way for your Sunday. This will be impactful, especially the further east you live. If you live in the Poconos, if you live in down through Schuylkill County, Carbon County, even up to Wayne County, this will be a storm for you where you might be in the bullseye of the very heavy snow band that sets up tomorrow afternoon. So let's get into the weather details. I'm going to put things a little bit closer up so you can see them. This is our weather impact alert. It's in effect from noon until 11 p.m. tomorrow. Heavy snow definitely going to happen, and it could continue, especially in eastern Pennsylvania, for several hours at a time, and that will really accumulate that snow. You got to be prepared. Tomorrow, if you're traveling anywhere on roadways or even outside, walking on the sidewalk, this is going to be a storm that puts down the snow quickly and changes conditions very quickly. Now, if you're planning on doing anything tomorrow, do it in the early morning hours before the snow arrives. If you're going out to run errands or pick up some groceries, that is when you'll want to do it, before noontime. The first few flakes start flying in our southern tier as soon as 10:30 tomorrow morning, and then continue throughout the afternoon. You'll notice that winter storm warning in effect, that pink color, not just for Schuylkill, Carbon, and Monroe counties, but also into Luzerne and Lackawanna counties, where on our hilltops of the valleys we could pick up more than 4 or 5 inches of snow. I'm talking to you, East Mountain, Moosic, also down through Harvey's Lake, and even up into Wayne County, Honesdale, places like Shahola and Pike County. That's where we're expecting a lot more snowfall than the rest of us. Now, this is a coastal system. That low pressure system going to ride up the coast and bring moisture to places like New York City and New Jersey, interior New Jersey, and then up into eastern Pennsylvania. But because it's coming up out of the coast, it will not be as much of a problem for those of you in central Pennsylvania. But look at the expanse. I'm going to take out my pencil here and just detail how big this expanse of winter storm warning is, all the way down from Kentucky and Virginia through West Virginia, almost all of West Virginia really under winter storm warning, eastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, Connecticut, almost all of Massachusetts to near Boston, and southern Vermont in this winter storm warning. And the purple on either side of the pink is a winter weather advisory. So many people up and down the I-95 corridor on the eastern seaboard going to be impacted by this system. So if you're planning on traveling even down towards Maryland or to Washington, D.C. for the upcoming Inauguration Day, this is going to be an issue for you tomorrow for the entire day. And then as we head into Monday morning, a lot of these areas still will have to clean up from the snow that is left behind. There's a live view right now of Wilkes-Barre. We have overcast skies. We had some light snow and rain showers today, but they really were not a main concern. Today's high temperature, 37 degrees. First time we've had temperatures above the freezing mark for quite a well. Really, when you look back at the history in the past few weeks to start off 2025, look at how many of them were below 32 degrees. Just 2 in the past 13 were above average, and 3 in the past 13 were above 32. And now when you add in today, that makes it 4. But it's been a quite cold beginning to 2025, except for today, where we had highs near 40 for Allentown and Selinsgrove. Now temperatures down in the mid-30s, still hovering above the freezing mark for the Susquehanna Valley, now below the freezing mark for Lake Harmony, and Mansfield sitting at 29. Enjoy those temperatures while they last. I'm serious. We're not going to see temperatures in the 30s again for at least a week as we head into the day tomorrow. So really enjoy the temperatures while they're mild, while they last. A few snow showers right now in central Pennsylvania, right out by Center County and Lycoming County and Clinton County, seeing a few light flurries. That is just an appetizer to the main course on the way. This is the bigger picture. That low pressure system that rolled through the region today brought in a few sprinkles and flurries. That's not really an issue. The coastal low down towards the south, that's what's going to gain shape, take shape, organize, intensify, and bring us the risk for heavy snowfall tomorrow. So here are your weather headlines. That winter storm, originally, there was a lot of model uncertainty. Not a lot of consensus between the models. We were worried that, hey, if it was too far off to sea, it wouldn't really impact our weather, or hey, if it was too close to shore, it might bring in enough warm air and create rain showers in our area. So models have now been strongly in agreement that this is a storm for us, and it will hug the coast enough to bring us a heavy snow band. The moisture and the cold air both in place, and accumulations really could exceed a half foot. in the Poconos. And then once the low pressure system rolls out, an Arctic blast rolls in as high pressure takes control Monday through Thursday of next week. And this will be the coldest air we've seen so far this fall winter season. Here's the bigger picture. That low pressure system that brought us the rain and snow showers today, that rolls off the coast. Then the secondary low pressure system starts to gain shape in the Gulf states. Off the coast, intensifying, deepening. We call that, that's a term in meteorology, when a low pressure system deepens, it intensifies, it lowers in pressure, and that causes more concentric isobars or lines of equal pressure, and really helps it to take shape and bring us more of a winter storm. So by 3:30, the snow showers already over a large portion of our area, and by 8 o'clock, heavy snow bands set up not just here for eastern Pennsylvania, but across New Jersey into Connecticut and up into Massachusetts. Snowstorm rolls out by 11:30 or so, and by midnight, we're done with the system. And then for your Monday, which is Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Inauguration Day, high pressure taking control, a little breezy from time to time, wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour, and boy, will it be cold. Temperatures down in the teens for highs and single digits for lows. Here's your weather timeline. If you weren't paying attention this entire time, this is the one thing I implore you to pay attention to, is the timeline. If you're going out tomorrow morning and you have any errands to run or places to go, go before 10 a.m., especially if you live in the southern tier. If you live in northern Pennsylvania, you'll have until noontime before this system starts to make issues for you to impact your travel. So let me give you the timeline a little bit closer up once again. Between 10 and 12, the first few flakes in the southern tier for Schuylkill and Carbon counties. Between noon and 2 p.m., those snow bands begin setting up and intensifying. And between 2 and 8, that's when the heaviest snow will continue. So that's 6 hours long of snow falling. Think about that. If it's snow falling at an inch an hour, you're bound to get 6 inches in those places that the band set up for a prolonged period of time. I don't see any dry intrusions of air throughout the system, so it will be a very steady snow band, especially over the Poconos in eastern Pennsylvania. That's the impact. 2 to 8 p.m. it will be the most impactful weather for traveling. If you can, stay indoors during that period of time. Between 8 and 11, the snowstorms taper off. The snow showers taper off, and by 12, the whole thing is wrapped up with. So here's a closer view at what we're going to experience tomorrow. A few lingering sprinkles and flurries for central Pennsylvania tonight associated with the other system that's rolling out. Tomorrow, increasing cloud cover throughout the morning, but primarily dry. Not bad for travel. First few flakes flying around by 10:30 in Schuylkill County. Then it overspreads pretty much the entire region by 1 or 2 o'clock. Notice how deep those purples are, indicating heavy bands of snow, 1 to 1.5 inch per hour snow rates. That's going to be coming out of the sky quickly, reducing visibility and accumulating fast with temperatures down below the freezing mark. It'll only be in the 20s tomorrow. And those bands set up for a prolonged period of time. This is 3:30. Heavy bands continuing through the Poconos into Luzerne County, Lackawanna County too. This is 5:30, 6:30, 7 o'clock, still snowing across eastern Pennsylvania, not wrapping up in central Pennsylvania until around 7 o'clock. Finally wrapping up in eastern Pennsylvania by 9:30, 10, and pulling out of Wayne County in the most northern section of it by midnight. Here's the GFS. We always look at models to kind of gather how the accumulations will occur. GFS yesterday was the one that was gung-ho about extreme accumulations. Now it's backed off significantly. Look at that. Just 5 inches expected for the Poconos, and out through central Pennsylvania, 1 to 2 inches of snow. The European model was the one that was more conservative yesterday. Now that one's blaring the sirens about maybe 9, 10 inches of snow in some portions of the Poconos. I think that we're going to have a scenario that is right in between. Nothing that's going to be extreme, but I do think there are going to be spots that could see between 6 and 8 inches of snow in the Poconos. Now, here's different models and how it's taking it across the entire area. So this is Williamsport, central Pennsylvania, pretty much model agreement when it comes to accumulations, between 1 to 2 inches of snow. Not going to be a significant storm for you guys out near Williamsport. Tobyhanna models somewhat in agreement. They're about 5 to 6 inches. The RPM blaring about 10. I think it will be closer to 7 to 8 inches in Tobyhanna, and for Scranton, I think we'll have about 3 to 4 inches of snow, and if you live on East Mountain at the top of the valley, you'll get 5 to maybe 5.5 inches of snow. The RPM also overestimating the amount of snowfall we're expecting. So this is my map. I put this together today with Kurt, and this is what I think. From Clinton County through much of Lycoming County, a coating to 2 inches of snow. If you live in Dew Shore or Lopez in Sullivan County, now normally you're the big winner when it comes to snowfall, but this is not a storm for you. This is coming off of the coast, so the closer you are to the coast, the more snowfall you're going to get. So 2 to 5 inches from Susquehanna County down through the Lackawanna Valley, through Wilkes-Barre and Luzerne County, down through Bloomsburg, Danville, Lewisburg, even out through portions of the Susquehanna Valley, 2 to 5 inches of snow. If you live closer to the hilltops, closer to Scranton's East Mountain, closer to Moosic, closer to Harvey's Lake, expect to be on the higher end of that 2 to 5. I'm talking 4 to 5 inches, maybe even an isolated 6 inches on those hilltops around the valley cities. And then if you're anywhere east of 81, Honesdale, Shohola, Mount Pocono, Stroudsburg, Hazleton, especially Hazleton because it's one of the tallest towns in our entire state, elevation enhanced snow. Jim Thorpe, Summit Hill, down through Schuylkill Haven, all of Schuylkill County could see 5 inches. And for those of you in the highest elevations of the Poconos, expect 8, maybe even 9 inches of snow in some spots. Now, past this storm, we're on extreme cold watch because the cold air will funnel in. Some parts of the northern tier, Potter, Tioga counties, northern Lycoming and northern Clinton counties, all of Sullivan County, under this extreme cold watch because feels like temperatures could be below 15 degrees below zero. So that's extreme cold that can cause frostbite in just a few minutes. You'll have to be very careful. Layer up Monday through Wednesday of next week with high temperatures only in the teens and lows in the single digits. So there's a look at your 7-day forecast. We have a weather impact alert in effect for Sunday night as a result of the snow that's on the way. And the weather impact alert extends from Monday through Thursday morning of this upcoming week with low temperatures below zero. This could be some of the coldest air that we've seen since 2018. A lot to talk about, a lot to prepare for. The first impact going to be the snowstorm that rolls in tomorrow. If you live in the eastern part of Pennsylvania, this is going to be a snowfall for you. It will be plowable for pretty much everybody. Be ready to shovel as well. But at least it's that light and fluffy snow, not the wet and heavy snow that happens when temperatures are hovering around the freezing mark. Tomorrow, temperatures only in the 20s for all of us. Then as we head into this upcoming week, temperatures will tumble. It will be very cold. Spend as least time outside as you possibly can. And if you do have to spend time outside, make sure you layer up, have all of those exposed areas, ears, fingers, toes, double socks on for this upcoming week. It will be very cold. Be prepared for that. And we could have temperatures below zero 3 days in a row. Last time we had that was back in 2018. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. Be careful if you're headed out tomorrow. If you need to travel, do it before noontime because the impacts will intensify as we head through the afternoon. Have a great night and be safe.